Good day. Welcome back, everyone. It is a beautiful, sunny Saturday here in Tobago, and today we're heading out on a scenic road trip. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Last weekend, we explored the windward coast and visited Argyle Waterfall, which is the tallest waterfall in all of Tobago. If you missed that one, the link is in the description below. Today, we're heading down the North Coast Road to spend the afternoon at Englishman's Bay, a quiet, tucked-away beach with amazing food and peaceful vibes. We're leaving from the Mount Irvin area, and the drive takes about 45 minutes. Keep in mind that there are no gas stations along this stretch, so be sure to fuel up before you go. The North Coast Road eventually connects with the Windward Road, so yes, you can loop the entire island in a day, which we've done before and it's amazing, but that's a story for another video. This drive is full of gorgeous views, lush rainforest, and vibrant village life. You'll see people liming under trees, grabbing a nap in the shade, and yes, probably a few folks flagging down a ride. One of the first big landmarks you'll see is the giant silk cotton tree, a massive and mysterious part of the landscape, growing right into the road. No one seems to know exactly how old it is, but locals will tell you it holds history, stories, and maybe even a little folklore. Soon after, you'll reach the Castara Bay Lookout. Castara is a charming fishing village known for its warm hospitality. A video on Castara is coming soon, but for now you can read more about it on our blog, which is linked below. We didn't stop at this lookout today, but the views are always worth a pause. We've actually met some great people at this lookout. But you can see the clear water, colorful rooftops, and lots of boats lining the bay. A little further along, you'll pass Little Englishman's Bay, a quiet cove tucked into the cliffs. It's not ideal for swimming, but it is a great spot to stop for photos. On the way there, the water was crystal clear, but on the way back, it was filled with sargassum seaweed, which rolls in during certain times of the year. It's not harmful, just a bit smelly and messy. Nature doing its thing, I guess. I don't like it. I really don't like it. But luckily we didn't see it at the beach itself. After that, you'll reach the Englishman's Bay Lookout, which offers a breathtaking view of the bay below. We did pull over here. They really take in the views. Every time I've stopped here, I've overheard someone saying this video just does not do it justice. And they're right, you really have to see this in person to appreciate it. Between Castara and Parlatuvier, don't be surprised if you pass a lot of cows grazing by the road. It's kind of their hangout spot. Englishman's Bay itself is easy to miss. There's no big sign or commercial entrance, and that's part of the charm. Tobago still feels wild and untouched in all of the best ways. There is a small sign on the right-hand side of the road. It blends right in with the trees. It's not easy to see, so have your GPS on if it's your first time going. You'll find beach chairs for rent and washroom facilities available for a small fee, unless you're eating at the restaurant, which brings us to one of our favorite stops. Eula's is a Tobago staple. We've been coming here for years, and every time she's open, smiling, and serving up some of the best local food on the island. It's the kind of place where you instantly feel welcome, no frills, no fuss, just good food, cold drinks, and friendly service. You can choose to sit inside on the lower level, upstairs with a nice breeze, or out at one of the shaded picnic tables. You'll find a souvenir shop filled with handmade jewelry, art, crafts, magnets, and keepsakes. Perfect if you want to bring a piece of Tobago home with you or give something meaningful to a friend. One thing I truly love about Tobago is that even on a weekend, beaches like this never feel overcrowded. There's room to breathe, space to spread out, and you can actually hear the waves. And today we ordered a steak, a carrot, grilled fish and chips, and a bacon shark. The total came to 193 TT dollars, and it was 10 out of 10. Everything was so delicious. One of the best bacon sharks we've had. Just amazing food. Can't recommend it enough. There's a trail through the forest that runs along the back of the beach, which is a great way to explore the full length of the bay. The sand is deep and soft, which is beautiful, but a bit of a workout to walk through, so I actually prefer walking through the forest to get to the end of the beach. Just remember, there is no lifeguard here, and the waves can get really strong. The sun was shining, the breeze was perfect, and the energy of the place was everything I love about Tobago. Eventually, it was time to say goodbye to the beach, the cows on the road, and make our way home. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Where should we head next? You can also check out our blog and TikTok for more Tobago content, including travel tips, food spots, hidden gems, and a peek into life on the island. The blog and TikTok channel will be linked below in the description. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon for our next adventure.